Hello everyone, welcome back to JcE&x, and today we're going to be exploring Surfers Paradise. So obviously Surfers is located right on the coast and it has a big beautiful beach, and I guess that is why it is so popular here. It is a coastal holiday vibes kind of place, and the beach itself is actually really nice. It's just white sand, beautiful blue ocean, and it is huge.
So when I was younger and I left New Zealand for the first time, Surfers Paradise was actually one of the first places that I came to. Did a lot of partying here in Surfers Paradise, which is what it's predominantly known for. There is the end of year schoolies festival, which is like big party for kids who are graduating from school before they go off to university. And it all happens here. There's lots of stuff going on with music and events and games and things like that. So it's got a real reputation for being a party area. And there's heaps of accommodation here as well. There's backpackers, there's loads of apartments. It seems to be a little bit cheaper here in the Gold Coast in terms of rent. I've been looking around, like when we were looking for a place to stay in Palm Beach, and Surfers Paradise generally, maybe it's just because there's more apartments available, the rent's a bit cheaper, they've got bigger apartment buildings here. But yeah, there's heaps and heaps of buildings along the front here. You can see these are all apartment buildings and hotels and holiday lets, so lots of accommodation if you want to come and stay here in Surfers Paradise, but definitely has a reputation as a party zone.
So the big building behind me is actually the Q1, and that's the tallest building on Australia. We have been up there a few times in the past and definitely recommend it. It has an amazing view. You can see out into the hinterland all along the coast, and yeah, just go on a clear day. I guess in the evening too, when it's all lit up, would be pretty cool, but I'd recommend a clear day. There's all like crazy adrenaline things you can do at the top, like you can like hang off it, and crazy things attached to ropes, and being stuff you do if you're not afraid of heights. So some things I wouldn't do, but Corey probably would. And yeah, there's a dining restaurant up there, you can have some food and drinks. So that's definitely something to do in Surfers.
We're just taking a little walk along the boulevard now. This is like the boardwalk along the beachfront.
It's huge.
It is so nice and wide and open. You got people cycling here. There's all the e-bikes and e-scooters.
Yeah, you can rent them.
Yeah, loads of ways to get around. I've even seen some rollerbladers up and down here. But Charlotte had a pretty funny comparison earlier when we were coming in. Because we've been and explored certain parts of Spain, and we can kind of make some connections between the place now. I'll let Charlotte explain herself, but yeah, this has some similarities to other places we've been.
I just suddenly clicked earlier and I was like, I know what Surfers reminds me of a little bit, and Benidorm. Like, it's got the boulevard at the front, it's got like, Benidorm has a really nice beach and so does Surfers. It's kind of got like that holiday vibe and the apartments, and yeah, I just feel like, is Surfers Paradise the Benidorm of Australia?
This is probably going to ruffle a few feathers.
Well, yeah, well, I think people thought I was being a bit, I don't know, controversial in our Benidorm video, but I wasn't. I actually felt Benidorm was okay. There's obviously a side to Benidorm, and it's not a secret what that side to Benidorm is. It's a bit wild.
Yeah.
But Surfers has that too. Not so much in the day now, but you can see on the weekends and the evenings, obviously not like full-on British crowd, but there's a lot of them. Yeah, just that kind of party atmosphere. A lot of people come on holiday. It's kind of got the same setup with the boulevard, the beach.
Yeah, all the apartments.
Yeah, like it is a bit that kind of vibe here.
Yeah, which is fine. Like if you're coming here for a holiday and you just want to have this luxurious, lavish, indulgent kind of getaway, then this is...
I wouldn't call Surfers luxurious or lavish.
No, there's definitely hotels here which are really luxurious. There's some really nice ones here. There is also some really, really old ones as well. Like
Surfers, you can have a lot of fun time, but you know, talking to a lot of locals, especially now we're down in South Gold Coast, so many people are like, oh, we haven't been up into North Gold Coast or Surfers for like 30, they're like, oh yeah, my parents haven't been that way for 30 years. Like they just go, if they want to go north, like up to Brisbane or whatever, they just go on the motorway. They never would take a trip here. There's no reason to.
But I think for people who come here for their first time, Surfers Paradise is obviously one of those ones on the bucket list.
Being someone from England, like what I knew of Gold Coast was surfers, and that's what most people know of it. So, of course, when you come here, that's where you go. And if you've got kids, there's heaps of stuff to do, like loads of kind of cool, interesting stores in town.
Yeah.
And you've got like SeaWorld nearby, and so obviously it's like a very family-orientated place. But I'm not being super offensive. I'm just saying it reminds me of Benidorm a bit.
Right, so this is the main shopping area. This is Cavill Ave, and as you can see, it is very, very well equipped for anything that you might need when you're on holiday here. We've got loads of entertainment stuff. We're right in the heart of it all. There's shops, restaurants, bars, basically anything that you'd need. And it can be a little bit overwhelming as well. It gets very busy along here. A lot of people, a lot of noises, a lot of smells. But if you're looking for a place to just come and people watch, this is definitely a good spot to do it. Loads of people wandering around doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things. You get a lot of buskers down here as well. There's one of the famous buskers who's gone massive on TikTok. She busks down here regularly, Anoxia. But yeah, as you can see, this is the main area of surfers.
Shops, food, and stuff to entertain children. One anklet. I did have an anklet like this as a shell, and I took it off when I was doing the Camino, and then I have no idea where it went.
Taking a wander along Surfers Paradise Boulevard now, and there's heaps of stuff to do here in the evenings. There's places that are selling tickets to shows. I know when I first came here, one of the things that I did was went on a nightclub crawl, bar crawl, so there's plenty of those around. You've got all the bars, waxies, as well as theatre shows and stuff like that sort of around the area as well. One of the big ones, Dracula's, is pretty popular. I came over here for a rugby trip when I was younger, and Dracula's was one of the options as well. But yeah, heaps and heaps of nighttime activities to do here. We're just taking a little walk down Orchid Ave now, and this is like the hotspot for all of the nightclubs and the nighttime activities for adults, really. But it is a Tuesday, so it's not very busy, and it's still quite early on in the day, but you can imagine all of these places lighting up, queues outside. Been here before when it's been like that, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can go on these tours, and it gets pretty messy down here. And then as well as all that, you've got all the fast food joints, kebabs, pizzas, all of that kind of stuff to soak up all the alcohol that people indulge in when they go on a massive night out here in Surfers.
Thought we'd stop somewhere for lunch, and we came across this Thai restaurant, and it was rated really highly, 4.9 on Google reviews. It's a veggie place, but yeah, it smells delicious and looks really good. It seems like fairly popular. They have a really good lunchtime deal, so they get a mix of 3 dishes for $12, which is so cheap. So we're gonna test it out and review. Thank you. Ooh la la. Right. Taste test, so I went with green curry and eggplant dish and like a tempeh veggie mix. And Corey got like these little crispy soy bites that look really good. Also a yellow curry, and what else did you get?
Black pepper.
Oh, the black pepper one, that looked good too, and it comes with rice. But yeah, this dish is $12, which is really, really good.
I'm not overly happy about how it all comes on one plate. I would have liked the curry to have come in its own separate bowl. But the flavours are really good. The other thing is that they're a little bit cold. I feel like the heater could be a little bit hotter in there. These little crispy soy bites, they remind me of KFC. Very, very yummy. Little bits of popcorn chicken. Got an iced lemon tea here as well. And I'm just waiting on my roti. Right, we're trying to walk off our lunch now. We had a bit of a feast there, but we've come to the Canals, and this is like a main part of the Gold Coast. They've increased their waterfront living by thousands of percent because they've made all these waterfront well, these canals basically, which is very similar to, is it Florida where they modeled it?
Yeah, I think these are all man-made, and I think they took inspiration from maybe Miami? Yeah, somewhere in Florida. Their kind of canals and how they've built houses around there, so the same kind of waterway design.
Yeah, it's quite good because the tide actually flushes the canals and it sort of maintains like the cleanliness of the water and everything. So it's all done very, very well. And obviously now it's a really beautiful spot for people to come and hang out. There's like riverside eateries, we've got jet boats, there's jet skis, you can go on tours for loads of things.
Sunset cruises.
Yeah, there's sunset dinner cruises. But we are just taking a scenic walk. We're going to kind of head towards the north end of Surfers Paradise now and see what we find on the way. Made our way to a part of Surfers which neither of us have actually ever been to.
No.
And it's a side that we haven't really seen much of before, the residential side. And this is one of the beaches on the canals. This is Bud's Beach. And there's some wildlife here which is entertaining Charlotte. Some birds.
Some amazing houses over the canals as well.
Oh yeah, the houses over there are incredible. But it's a really cute little area. It's very residential. We've got these old sort of like Queenslanders.
Picnic spots.
Little houses, got little cafes. Yeah, loads of picnic benches. Nice to see how the other half live. Very, very nice houses. Right behind the Gold Coast Highway. Just behind Surfers Paradise here.
We've got the kite surfers out.
Yeah, we're back to the beach. We've just crossed over from McIntosh Island. We're back at the beachfront here. We're at Main Beach. It's pretty busy along the boardwalk here. Hold your hat, hon.
Had to take that hat off. It's got breezy on the coast. It usually does on the coast here. Supporting the day, you'll get some wind. But yeah, I really did not, I guess we just haven't been kind of this end of Surfers before. We usually just go to the main bit like years ago.
Yeah.
But I quite like this area up here. It's a nice little parkland. It's really nice by the canals.
Yeah.
I think doing like a cruise on that would be super nice, like a sunset cruise, even getting like the jet skis or something.
Yeah, we should do that one time for sure.
And the beach, like honestly, I guess when you're down in Palm Beach, you have a lot of like the big black dividers, like the big rocks.
Yeah.
But yeah, this beach, honestly, it just goes for miles. You can just see it here and it just stretches so far. You could just take a walk and you would be walking for hours on the beach.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't want to walk there and back like to the end.
But it would be fun if you got some time to kill.
Yeah.
But yeah, the wind's picked up, so everyone's out with their kite surfers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a nice spot up here.
Yeah, we're going to make our way back down towards Surfers, and I think that'll be it for our day, I think. Yeah,
just a little visit to Surfers. Haven't been here for quite a few years, so yeah, like Surfers Town itself is still pretty much what I remember, but it's definitely some nice spots out and around. Yeah, we met a local and she said that she grew up here and she said it's definitely not as busy still as what it was before COVID.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, because obviously when we were here last was before COVID, would have been when we visited Surfers last.
Yeah.
So it did feel a little quiet in town, but I'm sure over the summer holidays and the spring kids breaks and stuff, it definitely picks up.
Spring break.
Spring break, woo!